Hi everyone and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be taking you through OpenEMR, one of the most widely used electronic medical records EMR system used by healthcare facilities around the world. If you're a medical virtual assistant, understanding how to navigate OpenEMR is an important skill because many clinics use EMR systems to manage patient information, appointments, documentations, prescription, and much more. The last time we looked at Google Calendar, very polished and beginner friendly. If you have not done your assignment on that, please go back and check that. Today we are looking at OpenEMR. It is more clinical, more powerful, and completely free. So let's get started. Disclaimer: all patient name and clinic details in this demo are fictional and for educational purpose only. No real patient data is used. Let's get started. OpenEMR is a free open source EHR system used in over 100 countries by community health centers, hospitals, clinics, private practices. Then knowing it is a real differentiator since few MedVAs are confident in it. And today I'm going to walk you through, hold your hands and teach you how to navigate the OpenEMR system. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to do is to come to your Google page and do what you search OpenEMR. Click on it. So you're going to see this very first one, fund OpenEMR certification. Then you'll come here, feature demo download modules blog, blah blah blah, like that. Click on demo. So when you click on demo, you scroll down, you see this OpenEMR demo credentials. Then you see the admin, physician, clinician, accountant, receptionist. You are an admin. You're not working as a physician or as a clinician. You're working more as an admin. So now, what you are going to do as an administrator, what you're going to do now is to take note of this username and the password. So as an administrator, username and password for this demo is admin and pass. So now scroll down, you see a number of links. Click on anyone. Anyone works. So click on anyone, and it will take you to the demo website. This is what our demo login page is going to look like, and our username is what? Admin. Our password is pass. Then just like that, go log in. Alright, so this is what our OpenEMR looks like. Depending on the version you're using, you're going to see the calendar up here at this top side. The calendar, the finder, the flow, the record, the messages, the patient, fees, modules, services, procedure admin, reports, miscellaneous, and pop-ups. So think of your dashboard as your control center. Everything you need to do inside OpenEMR starts from here. Yeah, the calendar helps you to manage appointments and appointment scheduling. The finder helps you to search for your client's name, your patient's name. So under this finder, you have like all of your patient name, their details, your documents, everything, information about them, their history and all that. So as you can see, we have the full name, the home phone, the SSN, the date of birth, the external ID, and all that. So from here, you can easily navigate who a patient is. You can easily go to a patient dashboard. You can easily know more about your patient from this patient finder. So before doing any work, always take a few seconds to familiarize yourself with the dashboard layout. So for some other EMR systems, they can be different, but you can be sure that you have everything that you need in your dashboard. You just have to take your time to familiarize yourself with it. So now let's say for instance we want to search for an existing patient. All we just need to do is to come to Finder. And Finder will do what? Will help us to find the patient. So you can either find a patient by searching for their name, by searching for their home phone, by searching for SSN, or by searching for their date of birth or external ID. So now let's say for instance a patient comes and then you want to confirm, oh, are you an existing patient? This, that, then, okay, you want to book an appointment. All right, what is your name? And the patient says, their name is Adeyemi. You know that there's some cases where a patient has two patients has the same name. So you want to be sure, you want to confirm that this patient is this exact patient. So now let's take for instance, this first person is who we are looking for. Adeyemi Adeogo Alice, right? This is the name of a patient. So the patient comes, you're like, sir, please, Oma, what's your name? They tell you Adeyemi Adeogo. Okay, while you're typing, so you type out the name, Adeyemi, right? So it has brought it out. Then you go for that and ask the patient, all right, ma, please, what's your date of birth? Asking all these questions is just to help you to confirm that this is the patient. So the patient says 2006 of 9th, that's I think October 2005, right? Then that, and maybe you can also ask one more question. What's your external ID? What's your SSN? What's your home phone? Your phone number, please. Your name, your phone number, your date of birth. Those three is even enough for you to confirm that, okay, this is the patient. And then just like that, you find out this patient and you can view all their details. This is the dashboard. You can know what their allergies are. You can know what the medical problem is. You know what their medication is. And like that, you want to check their transaction. You want to check their document. You want to check their report. And all of these things is just here. And it is what? It is simple. Do you get it? So it's just as simple as that. So navigating a patient information is not all that deep, right? Now, let's learn how to create a new patient. So the first thing you're going to do is to come back to calendar. Now, you can either create a new patient by, there are quite a number of ways to create a new patient. So now, a new patient comes and then they want to do what they want to register. So before we go into that, let me show you something. In this space, we have the provider's name. These are the name of the doctors that you're working with. That's your own provider, and this is what's the name of the clinic, the Great Clinic. So yeah, to create a new patient now, so what we're going to do is come under here, click new, right? And just like that, you would be able to create a new patient by filling their name. So now, if you are used to this channel, you know that we have the names of our clients already. Mr. John Adeyemi is a male, is a Mr. So like that, you fill in their date of birth, fill in their information, their demography. Generally, let's say Mr. John is born in 1999. All right. So Mr. John is married, right? So you go ahead and do it and fill in the information of this patient. You also come down here to fill in their address and contact. So I'm just going to fill in something just for the sake of this city, New York City. Postal code, mother's name, emergency phone, so work phone, contact email. You know, all these things you just ask from the patient. So just like that, you fill what the patient's information, the patient occupation. You just go ahead and do it and fill these things. Right? So like that, you also, just go around these things. This one is usually the information of, let's say, the next of kin or something, related persons. Then to the insurance, let's just pick something. Already with this upstairs. So you see that there are a lot of information to actually work with in this place. This is more like it tells you what to do. You know what to do. You know what you're feeling. All you need to do is to ask your patient what questions. So now, just like that, we create a new patient information. So now, when we are looking for confirmed patient, right? So just like that, Mr. John Adeyemi has what he has. He has a dashboard already. He's already registered on the patient list. Do you understand? Do you get it? So now, are you allergic? Yes. No. You click on none. Yes. You click here on hard, right? So, and then it brings out this. What's the patient allergic to? Penicillin. So the doctor can immediately tell that, if this patient uses penicillin, he's going to react to it, right? Exactly. So, just like that. Do you get it? All right. So if you do get it, then there's no problem. Then the same thing you will do for what? For the same thing you do for the medication, for the medical problem. Alright. Also, if you want to feel a medical problem that the patient has, either it is an existing one, maybe it's something that the patient has, but that's not what the patient is complaining about at the moment, you come here and add it just the same way we added the allergies, the medication, prescription, and all that. You had it up in this place. So this is what Mr. John Adeyemi dashboard does what looks like. Now, we have not created any appointments yet. Do you understand? Are you seeing it? There's no future appointment here. There's no recurring appointment here. Do you get? We've not taken immunization. So all these things are things that what we must take note of from the patient. All you need to do is to ask the patient. So if the patient comes with a lab document, this is where you impute it. Their vitals, this is where you impute it. Amendments, anything. It is very simple. Do you get? Very, very, very simple. Alright, so a quick one before we go into the encounter. Now, under this calendar, this is where we schedule our patient's appointments. Just like what we did in the last video in our Google Calendar, you come to the time and you do it. You schedule a patient, right? But before you can schedule a patient on this place, that means the patient is already what? On the list. Because at this point, you want to come here and do what? And search for the name of the patient. So let's say that this patient is not on the list, right? We want to search by name. This patient is not on the list. Do you get? There's no how we'll be able to do what? To schedule this patient. But now let's look for John Adeyemi, because Mr. John Adeyemi's name is already on the list. Right? Are you seeing it that we have two Adeyemi? So if you just collect their first name without the second name, you'll be missing out on a lot of things. Do you get? So this is Mr. John Adeyemi, and this is who we want to schedule appointment for. So we've already picked our time. Remember how we did it now? So yeah, date. We want him to come on the 29th, 20. By 9:30 today. Duration is going to be for 30 minutes. He's not coming every day, right? Remember how we did this the last time? He's not coming every day. Room number 1, that will be the room number of which your patient is going to come. So the comment you want to give here is patient has stomachache. But let's say Mr. Adeyemi is coming for BP review, right? So just the simple normal basic information, BP review. Then you can also add the name of the drugs that Mr. Adeyemi is taking. He's on lesonipril, 10 milligram. He's on this. He's on anti-malaria. Do you get? So something simple and that just tells your provider that okay, this is what is going on, and just from the very first look at the appointment, they can already tell that by 9:30 they'll be having a patient consultation, with Mr. John Adeyemi. Simple, and then you save. So this is Mr. John Adeyemi. This is what we have scheduled to be on the 28th. Are you seeing it? So very simple, very simple. Let's look at this other one that is being scheduled, right? So it's not something that you cannot do. So now the basic difference between an encounter and an appointment is that an encounter is when a doctor has done what? Has seen the patient, right? So you document the actual visits. But an appointment is a scheduled visit. Please take note of these things. An appointment happens before the patient is seen. An encounter is created when the patient is seen. So the doctor has already seen the patient, and what happens? He just moves on immediately to do what? You as a medical virtual assistant want to record the information. So an appointment appears on the calendar, while an encounter appears in the patient's medical records. So an appointment is an administrative work, while an encounter is a clinical work. It's the doctor that will see. So from what the doctor shares with the doctor's information, maybe a voice note that you want to transcribe, that's when you get some of your information. Some of this information too you also get from the patients themselves, while some of this information are imputed by the clinician themselves or by the health provider. So you may not have access to like everything. So the other thing is an appointment can be cancelled, while an encounter becomes part of the patient of the permanent medical record. So now let's say you want to create an encounter for this man. See, you come up here, see select encounter, you click on plus. So you click on plus and then you fill in all the patient's information. Okay, let's discuss privacy. Healthcare data is sensitive. Always remember, access only records you are authorized to view. Never share patient information. Never share login credentials. Log out after each session. Lock your computer when unattended. And patient confidentiality is what everybody's responsibility. So I believe that you have learned one or two from today's tutorial. Yeah, maybe we will still have another tutorial or a live session soon, and I want you to make yourself available. If you are really interested in learning this, make yourself available. Go through this workflow, create your own patients. You can even schedule appointments, leave encounters for now, schedule your appointment, schedule as many appointments as possible. I didn't schedule any appointments supposedly in this video. Schedule as many appointments as possible. Do you get it? And take your screenshots, send it to the Telegram group. I'll go through everything. It's just similar to what we have already done in the last what's it called now, Google Calendar tutorial. So do the same for this one, the emergency slots, all the slots and all that. Just do the same, walk around, like just try to navigate this whole thing. I've showed you what everything here literally represents, so go through everything and check them, right? Yeah, if you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe, share with other medical virtual assistants and ethical professionals. I'll see you in my next training video, and until the next time, I'll see you guys.